Forget Toyota, Mazda, and Honda. A new disruptor from China is about to turn the auto world upside down, with cutting-edge design and technology at an unbelievable price point. This upstart brand's first models are set to redefine our expectations of what an affordable car can deliver. The giants better watch their backs because the age of accessible innovation is here, and it's coming straight out of Chinese factories. Now, let's dive into the story of this intriguing Chinese brand, known by a different name in its homeland, but recognized as Motors in Latin America. What's captivating is that the vehicles they offer in Latin America mirror these Chinese counterparts to the T. Their journey in Latin America kick-started with the introduction of generously sized trucks, boasting impressive features and wallet-friendly pricing. Over time, they steadily made their presence felt in the market. More recently, they've boldly ventured into the world of compact vehicles, perhaps even more intriguingly, a sedan that boasts a range of sporty features. Now, let's turn our attention to this sedan. Labeling it as a sports sedan may raise an eyebrow or two, but the car's distinctive characteristics leave me with no choice but to bestow it with that title. You might wonder why, especially when you take a look at the numbers. It houses a 1.5 turbo power engine, packing 177 horsepower under the hood. Admittedly, this figure might not shout sporty in a world where we often associate sportiness with engines boasting 200 horsepower or more. However, what truly sets it apart is the dual-clutch automatic transmission, and not just any transmission at that. It's a dual-clutch automatic transmission meticulously designed and configured with a 100% sports-oriented setup. The great M-Pow makes an astounding statement with its acceleration, reaching 100 kilometers mile an hour in just 6.9 seconds, a feat that can only be described as pure exhilaration. To put this achievement into perspective, let's look at the Volkswagen Jetta GLI from the same year. Equipped with the next generation DSG automatic transmission and a robust 220 horsepower 2.0 turbo engine, it managed to sprint from 0 to 100 kilometers an hour in a flat 6 seconds, which is nearly a second quicker. While a 0.9 second difference may not seem substantial in everyday life, in the world of acceleration, it represents a significant gap. It's essential to note that these two cars don't belong in the same segment or acceleration category. The M-Pow outpaces them significantly. Nevertheless, any car breaking the 6-second barrier for the 0 to 100 sprint is undoubtedly a formidable contender. For comparison, the Subaru WRX equipped with a manual gearbox achieves a 0 to 100 time of 7.2 seconds. The BMW 120i, featuring rear-wheel drive and an array of performance enhancements, takes 7.13 seconds to reach that mark, despite boasting 200 horsepower or more. These cars trail behind in acceleration. To add a touch of humor to the mix, consider that the aforementioned BMW packs a peak horsepower of 180. The Golf GTI Mk4 with a 7.2 second 0 to 100 time lags behind. And let's not overlook the tongue-twisting Toyota GT86 and Subaru BRZ, known for their nimble manual gearboxes, clocking in at 7.2 and 7.13 seconds respectively, despite having 200 horses under the hood. Now, if you thought the car's name M-Pow was a mouthful, consider this. It occasionally sounds like a dish of ramen. Some of these entrepreneurial groups certainly have intriguing naming choices, but let's not forget that they proudly lead the way in Latin America. They're none other than the trailblazing M-Pow group. Absolutely, setting aside the name, this vehicle boasts an array of impressive technical credentials. While it's undeniable that figures on paper can make a significant impression, there's no room for doubt when the claim is that it accelerates from 0 to 100 kilometers an hour in a mere 3 seconds. I'm aware that the relationship between dealerships and agencies in Peru and Jose Miguel Calderon might not always be on the smoothest terms, particularly concerning automobiles. Loyalty to specific brands and a reluctance to confront candid options can certainly present challenges. But here's the thing. Delivering unvarnished truths to individuals, especially those accustomed to constant praise and admiration, can be a daunting task, almost like an unbreakable daily ritual. Nevertheless, I'm prepared to step into the spotlight and conduct that 0 to 100 km/h test, placing the car in a setting where more than just a handful of individuals can witness it in action. It's a subject worth exploring, especially if the car lives up to its bold claims. So if it genuinely can achieve that extraordinary sprint time, let's ensure that the world gets to witness it firsthand. That sounds like an intriguing proposition. You're ready to step into the car, put the pedal to the metal, and record that crucial 0 to 100 km/h time to confirm if it truly accomplishes the 6.9-second sprint. If it does, you're committed to buying the car as advertised. That's quite the challenge you're throwing down, and it's bound to pique the interest of anyone in the automotive industry or the world of car enthusiasts in Peru. After all, it's essential to separate fact from fiction, especially when it comes to claims about acceleration times. You've cited MotoVision, a website that confirms the 6.9-second acceleration, but it's always good to have real-world evidence. Now, let's talk a bit more about the car itself. It seems like you appreciate both its interior and exterior design. The interior exudes a certain charm, and you've mentioned that the exterior design reminds you of Mercedes-Benz models, particularly the CLA and the compact CLS. It's exciting to see that the car has made a strong visual impression on you. You've captured my perspective quite accurately. I do see the design similarities more as a nod to the brand's ability to draw inspiration rather than an accusation of copying. It's a well-established fact that in the automotive industry, innovation often takes cues from various sources, and this interplay of ideas drives progress. A prime example is BMW's X6, which served as an inspiration for many other SUV coupes, demonstrating how the industry thrives on the exchange of design ideas. When it comes to the interior, it's intriguing to note the presence of elements reminiscent of different premium brands like Volvo, Mercedes-Benz, and Range Rover. It appears to be a tasteful collage of various high-end features, combined to create a unique atmosphere. I particularly appreciate the bold choice of blending black with yellow, a departure from the more traditional red and black sports car theme. The kind of creativity in color choices is indeed refreshing. While a wealth of features is undeniably important, you've correctly pointed out that being a true sports car entails much more than just raw acceleration power. It involves a complex interplay of factors like suspension, brakes, transmission ratios, maneuverability, and electric steering configuration, which collectively define a car's sports performance. It will be genuinely intriguing to see how this Chinese car measures up in these aspects, especially when placed in comparison with a recognized sports car like the Honda Civic. My curiosity and thorough analysis are driven by a desire to uncover the truth and provide an honest assessment. It's bound to be an exciting journey to witness how this car performs in real-world tests and whether it truly lives up to its sporty image. Our analysis uncovered relative strengths in handling versus weaknesses in power delivery. However, the ultimate verdict is yours to make. So the question remains: would you consider this car as a serious competitor in the sports sedan segment? Share your thoughts in the comments below after taking in all we explored. The discussion on whether it truly lives up to its image is sure to be an engaging one.